evenly distributed, because everybody has a different taste, different flavor. But if everybody likes guacamole, well, then they definitely want to make sure it's evenly distributed. You see, just like soup, this guacamole is going to be heavenly. Now for the tomato. It's been freshly washed. Just cut off the ends. You can toss those aside, or if you're really gonna be crazy culinary artist, you can do something fancy with them. Wear them as hats, wear them as a teacup, make them as coasters. I don't know. You just do whatever your heart's desire. All that matters is if you love food, you're gonna love this. And if you don't love this, then you made it wrong, or there's something wrong with you. I'm just saying. And stir the tomatoes in, nice and neat. Just like blankets. It should be covered. It's a tad warm in here, so pardon me. It's hotter than a monkey's uncle's you-know-what. This summer in New York City has been atrocious. It's just been god-awful. Ugh. And you stir and you stir like you're crossing the sea. And of course, I've forgotten two most important ingredients. One is in the fridge, the other, of course, is in the cabinets. So pardon my whatever. I don't know about all y'all, but I know I'm big. I know I'm not the average man, woman, whatever you want to call me. But I love what I do. I love who I am. And I think I'm absolutely fucking fabulous. So if you don't think so, you don't have to agree. But all I'm asking from you is that you love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, well, like RuPaul says, how the fuck are you gonna love anybody else? I'm just saying. So two of the most important ingredients. One, first, being garlic. It makes the flavor pop. It brings everything together. Just like butter. That and salt, of course. Because if you didn't have the salt, you'd have shitty guacamole. And that's what you do. You just slice up the guacamole. I mean, what is this called? Oh, right, garlic. My bad. Because that's what we're making is guacamole. We're not chopping up guacamole. Oi. And you just chop and chop and chop and chop. It's all up to you how fine you want your garlic. The finer the better. But you know, like I said, I'm having chunky guacamole and it's funny. Garlic is kind of like butter. It kind of melts and disappears into whatever it is. So, you know, you just gotta get funky with it. Funky, 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 funky. Dun, dun, dun. So there we go. Our garlic is nice and chopped and smells heavenly on earth. So, of course, we want to stir that in. Dun, 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 dun. That tastes delicious. Wish you could be here. because I would totally share some of this guacamole with you. It's something like I have never ever tasted in my life. Sometimes I amaze myself. And salt. That is probably the most key ingredient to guacamole. Now what I like to do, yes, salt is not very good, but if you're not a salt eater like I usually am not, then this is what I usually do. I take salt and I like to lightly layer the whole top of the guacamole. Because if you do this and just layer it, you know, light to medium, you just stir it in, just stir the freaking salt in, stir, stir, stir. Just stir it in, stir it in, stir it in. Stir it in like so. What the salt does is it makes every flavor of everything in the guacamole up. Just like that. Just makes it. So now our next ingredients, for those who like it spicy, mucho caliente, you have your jalapeno. It is a hot pepper. You can chop this as fine or as big as you want it. Just remember that usually the greener, the firmer a jalapeno, the hotter it will be. And I like to leave my seeds in because, of course, I'm a hot mama, and I like things hot and sizzling. I like my tongue to be on fire, just like my men. Well, isn't that just lovely? Right into me lap. Not ever a good thing. Alright, so now our jalapeno is nice and chopped. Yes, it's nice and chunky, just the way I like it. Because, you know, some of us are chunky. Now, one thing to remember, I'm not going to do it quite yet, but after you mess with a pepper of any kind, especially jalapeno, you'll make sure you want to wash your hands, because if you don't and you go and rub your eyes or go to the bathroom and touch your pee-pee, ooh, child, you are going to be in so much pain. And if you just want to go ahead and do it to try it and see what happens, then go for it. I mean, it's an experience. It's happened to me, and wow, let me tell you, it's not pleasant. All you want to do is jump into a bowl of ice cream and wish you had never done that. I'm just saying. So you're nice and stir it. See, doesn't that look so yummy and delicious? You just want to stick your tongue in there and just get all yummy and nice and yummy. It's the only word I can say right now is yummy. So, for the next mode of operation, what you want to do is cut a lime. You only want to use half of it because you don't want the lime to overtake the flavor of the guacamole. And just squeeze the lime. The reason we use lime is for a little bit of flavor, but mostly to keep the guacamole, if you don't finish it in this sitting, to keep the guacamole from turning brown. Because once an avocado is, you know, is cut, the oxygen oxidizes it and turns it brown. So if you use a lime, it helps stop the process, or slow the process of it turning completely brown. And our guacamole, ladies and gentlemen, is nice and yummy and done. And now for the taste test. Just a little bit more salt. And let me tell you, it is perfect. So, whenever you have an avocado laying around in your dress, just make sure to make some guacamole into it. Or one of my favorite things to do is right off the skin and just get funky with it. Funky, funky, funky. Thank you for tuning in. Next time on Sunshine Land, learn how to turn on a lamp.